Good morning, Mr. Reddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Introduce myself. My name is Sultansya from class B.
And introduce myself. My name is Holtus Robari from class B.
And I'm Dava Ahmad Jamil from class B2.
Here we are want to make a video for the midterm exam. Okay. First question. When I go online every day, I usually start by checking my emails and messages to stay updated to any important communications. Then, depending on the day, I might engage in work-related tasks, browse social media to connect with friends and family, read news articles to stay informed about current events, or indulge in some entertainment like watching video or playing games. Second question. In the future, I would love to have a job that allows me to make a positive impact on the world. Perhaps something in the field of environmental conservation or renewable energy. I'm passionate about protecting our planet and finding sustainable solutions to our environmental challenge. So working in a role where I can contribute to that cause will be incredibly fulfilling for me.
Number 3. Dramatic population growth can lead to numerous problems, including strain on resources such as food, water, and energy. It can exacerbate environmental degradation, increase pollution levels, and contribute to habitat loss and species extinction. Overcrowding in urban areas can also lead to issues like traffic congestion, inadequate housing, and strained public service. Number 4, in my opinion, success and failure are both natural parts of life, and learning success is not only about achieving goals, but also about the journey and growth that come from pursuing them. Failure, on the other hand, is an opportunity for reflection and improvement. It's important to embrace both success and failure as valuable experience that shape who we are and help us move forward in life.
Number 5, to stay fit every day, I try to incorporate a mix of physical activity into my routine, such as going for a run or walk, doing yoga or strength training exercise, and sometimes participating in sport or group fitness class. I also prioritize eating a balanced diet and getting enough rest and sleep to support my overall health and well-being. 6, my interests and hobbies have definitely evolved over time, influenced by experience, opportunities, and personal growth. When I was younger, I was heavily into sport and outdoor activity like hiking and camping. As I've gotten older, I've developed an interest in more creative pursuits like photography, writing, and cooking. I think it's natural for interests and hobbies to change as we grow older, because we are constantly learning and evolving as individuals, and our passion can reflect that journey.
Next part 2, big one. There's a bunch of people criticizing about poor housing. Decent homes means homes that meet the current statutory minimum standard for housing, homes that are in a reasonable state of repair, and homes that have reasonably modern facilities and service. People need a decent house for several reasons. Firstly, a decent house provides shelter and protection from the elements ensuring physical safety and security of individuals and families. It serves as a place to rest, recharge, and seek refuge, contributing to overall well-being and mental health. Additionally, a decent house offers privacy and autonomy, allowing people to have personal space and control over their environment. Mm, It also facilitates social connection and community integration, and having a stable home address is often necessary for accessing service, employment opportunities, and educational research. Overall, a decent house is essential for meeting basic human needs and fostering a sense of stability, dignity, and belonging.
It's number 2. There's a group study with many kind of cultures. The benefit of studying with different kind of culture is broader perspective. Exposure to diverse cultures enhance understanding and appreciation of different viewpoints, tradition, and ways of life, fostering open-mindedness and empathy. Enhance communication skills. Interacting with people from different culture enhance communication skills, including language, proficiency, nonverbal, cues interpretation, and cross-cultural communication competence. Cultural competence. Studying with diverse cultures cultivates cultures competence essential for navigating an increasingly globalized world and working effectively in multicultural environment. Overall, studying with different cultures enrich educational experience, promotes intercultural understanding, and equips individuals with the skills and attitude necessary for success in an interconnected world.
Basically, there are happily newborn baby with a beautiful eyes, smooth skin, and healthy hair. Newborn babies are born with the ability to recognize and prefer their mother voice. Studies have shown that even just a few hours after birth, they can display a preference for their mother voice over other voice. This early recognition helps to foster the bond between mother and baby and lays the foundation for communication and emotional connection in the early stage of development. And newborns can typically see objects at close range, around 8 to 12 inches away, and are attracted to high contrast patterns such as blank and white sets.
Okay. Okay, part three. First question, recycling. Recycling helps reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills and conserves natural resources by reusing materials such as paper, plastic, glass, and metal. By recycling, we decrease the need for raw materials interaction, which can lead to habitat destruction, deforestation, and pollution. Additionally, recycling reduces energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions associated with the productions of new materials. Okay. Second, using public transport. Utilizing public transportation instead of driving personal vehicle helps reduce air pollution and traffic congestion. Public transport options like buses, trains, and trams are more energy efficient per passenger mile compared to individual cars, thereby lowering carbon emissions and mitigating the impact of climate change. Investing in public transit infrastructure also promotes sustainable urban development and improves access to transportation for all members of society. What about you, Bella?
Buying organic product. Choosing organic product supports environmentally friendly agricultural practices that minimize the use of synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and genetically modified organisms. Organic farming methods prioritize soil health, biodiversity conservation, and water conservation, which help protect ecosystem with life habitats and water quality. Additionally, organic farming typically employs sustainable practices such as crop rotation, and composting, which enhance soil fertility and resilience to climate change. Next, replacing old electronics and appliances. Upgrading to energy efficient electronic device and appliance help reduce energy consumption and lower utility bills. Old appliances often consume more electricity than newer. Energy efficient model contributing to higher carbon emission and environmental impact by replacing outdated electronic with energy star rated product. Consumers can minimize their carbon footprint and support the development of more sustainable technologies. Next.
Using less water at home, conserving water at home reduce strain on fresh water resource and minimize energy consumption associated with water treatment and distribution. Simple measures such as fixing leaks, installing water efficient fixture, flow toilet, shower head and faults, and practicing water saving habits, taking short shower, turning off taps while brushing, can significantly reduce household water use. Additionally, collecting rainwater for gardening and landscaping purpose further conserve potable water supplies and promote sustainable water management practices.
Part 4. Okay, first, one of my favorite experience is when I can help others. I love being able to use my knowledge and skills to make a positive difference in their lives. One example of this was when I helped a student with his math homework. He had been struggling with the concept for a long time, but I was able to explain them in a way that they understood. He was so happy to finally understand the material, and that made me feel good. One of my least favorite experience is when I make mistake. I am a perfectionist and I always want to do my best. When I make mistakes, it makes me feel frustrated and embarrassed. One example of this was when I giving a presentation in front of the class. I was nervous and I made some mistakes in my speech. I was so embarrassed afterward, and I kept thinking about it for days. However, I learned from my experience, but positive and negative. Positive experience motivate me to continue helping others and making a difference in the world. Negative experience helped me to be more relation and learn from my mistakes. Okay. What about you, Sukit?
Experience I like is when I was bought Vespa motorbike, because at that time Vespa was a trend, and the experience I don't like is when I don't get pocket money. So
Money.
so I cannot buy what I need here because life in Tangerang is so hard.
Really?
Really? It's so hard.
Okay. What about you, Pak?
The pleasant and unpleasant experience of college depend on various factors. Here are some of the factors that can influence a pleasant or unpleasant college experience.
Okay.
Number one, interaction with lecturer and friend. Good interaction with lecturer and friend can make lecture more enjoyable. Next, number two, learning environment. A positive and interactive learning environment can make lecture more enjoyable.
Okay.
And then other factors such as busy schedule, organization activities, and learning system issues can also affect the pleasant or unpleasant experience of college.
Organization activities.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
busy.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Edi.
Mr. Edi.
Maybe that's all from us.
Thank you, Mr. Eddie.
And see you.
And thank you.
See you.